Okay class, this is going to be a short video explaining how to use Canvas to succeed in the PHI213 course. So when you log into the course webpage on Canvas for PHI213, you're going to see something like this, where you have information in the middle of the page that's going to be the course modules. On the left side of the page, you're going to see some links to some additional content that you can check out, and I'll talk about in a minute. And on the right side of the page, you're going to see reminders for assignments that you have due that are coming up or that need to be done. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about is the course content available in the middle of the page called the course modules. So each of these things, day 1 class materials, ethical theories part 1, ethical theories part 2, are what I'm going to refer to as modules. And the modules have a general sort of theme to them. At the start of the module, you're going to have an explanation of what you ought to take away from that module or what you ought to be able to do by the end of that module. And then within that module, you're going to have some more information, typically either in the case of the day 1 class materials, you're going to see that you have an assignment due, which is check out what the paper requirements are. Then there's going to be some additional content, like this sample paper, if you want to see an example of what a paper looks like for this course, so that you can sort of guide your own paper writing later. You're going to see the introduction, discussion page. This is not an assignment, but something you might want to do. It's just sort of the nice thing to do for a class in which you're going to be discussing with others throughout the course. And then you're going to see this course reading calendar link, which is going to be important, and I'll talk about more in a minute. If you move down to the second course module, this is going to be the more standard module for the course. You're going to see an explanation of what you ought to be able to do by the end of that module, spelled out fairly specifically. And then you're going to see some links here. These links will include sometimes non-optional readings that you need to do because there's something I want you to do that's not in the course book, but that I provided as a PDF or an RTF or a doc. Here, the first one is going to be Singer on Kant and Jesus, which has 2 readings in it, which are both due on I believe, the 19th for this course. And then you're going to see 2 other links that are going to be listed as optional or additional content. The stuff that's optional is just that. You don't have to read this. This isn't an assignment, but if you want some additional information on the subject because you either found it interesting or maybe weren't quite sure about what was going on, check out the optional content. That should help you out. All right, and that's what you're going to see as a standard for the other modules in this course. There's going to be what you should be able to do by the end of it, and then some additional links, either assignments, like here I've got my discussion boards linked on Ethical Theories Part 2, as well as the due date, and then some additional information. The major part of this course is going to be done via this modules page. Most of what you need from the course is available right here. The other big component is the course reading calendar, which is actually going to be available in 2 places. The short version is available here. So if I click on course reading calendar, I'm going to open the link in a new tab, close on my old ones. Here's what you're going to see. It's going to be a list of what you need to read by day for the course. So you'll notice that for the month of January, I've got it listed here. On the 17th, we're just introduction syllabus stuff. On the 19th, you need to start really doing some reading. I've got a link to a PDF on Canvas, and you're going to do 2 readings for that particular day. You're going to read through 212. You're going to read from 212 through 220 in that PDF for Jesus and Kant, 2 views and why we ought to live ethically, and then read the second part on that same day, 220 through 229. And this is what I expect you to have done on the 19th. The reason I have these due dates on these days is that it sets you up to be able to do the discussion questions that follow later as part of your assignment. In order to succeed on the discussion post, you need to have done the assigned readings beforehand. So if I move down to the next day, the 20th, you're going to see here's where we go to the book for the first time. Kantianism and Deontology, which is chapter 2 in your beginning and bioethics books, and that's going to be pages 10 through 16. And there's an additional optional reading you can do if you want more information. And this is how it's going to go for the rest of the course. You're going to see particular readings either in our beginning bioethics book or in the cases in bioethics book, and often also PDFs or RTFs that I've linked as additional reading components. So pay attention to this, because the Canvas page, I do not have it set up so that it lists reading assignments. Reading assignments are only going to be available in 2 places, either in this course reading calendar, which is under module 1, or this second place under the course syllabus. So the course syllabus page is actually pretty great. It's got a set of information that hopefully you will find pretty useful for the course. The first is the copy of the course syllabus. You should all take a look at this. This is one of your first assignments that you need to do. Go over all what is required of you for the course, and you can do that here. So you can either download it and just keep it on your computer and check it out there, or you could even print it out if you want a physical copy. All you need to do is download it and then print it. The other thing that's available on this course syllabus page is this list of all of the assignments by day. So here you're going to see when your discussion boards are due and when they're due by, as well as when the exam is due and then the 3 papers are due, all nicely consolidated in one place. And you can even click on the links here. So if I go to discussion board 1, open a new link, it's going to take me directly to that assignment where I can start typing things in. And while I'm here, just in case anybody's confused about this, to do an assignment, a discussion assignment, you've got on this first discussion board, I've got some additional information to help remind you if you forgot from the syllabus. But what you're going to do is start to reply, typing in your own answers to each of the questions. And as I suggested in the course syllabus, answers to each of these questions should range between 4 to 6 sentences, probably maybe 3 to 6 sentences to sufficiently answer them. And it depends on the question. Some of them want more information than others. And then to earn full points for a particular discussion board, you need to actually also go back and respond to another student's post. And that's only going to happen after you input your own answers. So after you input your own answers, you're going to go back, you're going to see what other people have written, and then you're going to respond to them. And there's information about how to do that on the course syllabus. Okay, so that's that. The other thing to check out on the course syllabus page is that it's got a list of the grade breakdown for the course. You'll see that 20% of your total grade is from discussion boards, 60% is from the papers, is what's listed here as assignments, and then 20% is the exam. So hopefully you found this information useful. If you have any additional questions about how to navigate the course or something isn't making sense to you, shoot me a message on Canvas and I'll try to respond to that as quickly as possible. Good luck.